Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing today? You got AB in the house. I have not changed my title on there. It's just me tonight. Just AB tonight. What's going on, folks? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up with you? Hope everyone is doing well. Uh, it is a beautiful day in Zamunda, February 15th, officially known as Side Piece Day. So they say. Officially known as Side Piece Day. So we want to welcome everyone who is an official or unofficial side piece, as well as welcome all of those. Welcome those that are the official side piece or non-official side piece. I'm sorry, people. As well as we want to welcome those who may be the side piece. What's up, family? Maybe the side piece don't want to say their title. It's all good. We love you anyway. We're non-judgmental here. This is a judgment-free zone here. This evening I have a few things. Good evening to everybody who is watching and watching this live. Please share this live. What's up, Cynthia? What's going on? Watch this live. Cheryl, what's up? What's up? I hate I won't be able to watch you. I will be... Wait. Hello, guys. I hate I won't be able to watch you guys. I will be on next week. Uh-oh. What's going on? I'm missing something here. You'll be here next week or you'll be out next week? What's going on with you? Let me know. I have a pretty serious topic we're going to discuss this evening. So if you're offended easily, it's time for you to log off now. If you're not offended, I would love to see you here and engaged. Hey, Ann. Hey, Ann. See you here and engaged. I wanted to discuss this topic on last week, but I wanted to discuss this topic on last week, but I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot I still had music playing in the background. For those that log in early, I always have some music. Hey, best friend. Hey, Princess Chris Fuller. Good evening. Tarsha, good evening. I wanted to have this discussion on last week, but we were having some lighthearted fun on last week, and so I didn't want to take light, or I didn't want to take anything away from this topic, because it was very important to us. On February the 3rd, a gentleman by the name of Alonzo Bagley was killed by the Shreveport Police Department by an officer, allegedly. Let me put that out there because y'all motherfuckers like to put me in Facebook jail. Mr. Alonzo Bagley was shot and killed by a Shreveport police officer by the name of Alexander Tyler. The state police has picked up the investigation. And of course, as always, Shreveport has made national news for the wrong headline, for the wrong topic. And in the U.S. news, we made a headline. And I'm just going to read to you guys briefly if I can. A black man was shot and killed by a Shreveport, Louisiana police officer responding to a domestic disturbance call on that Friday. Alonzo Bagley, 43, died at a hospital after he was shot in the chest by Shreveport officer Alexander Tyler. The Louisiana State Police will be the investigating agency. Tyler and another unnamed Shreveport officer were called to the Villa Norte apartments just before 11 p.m. on that Friday to investigate an incident involving Bagley. After making contact with the complainant, Bagley allegedly jumped from a rear balcony and fled on foot. After he fled on foot, he was followed in a short foot pursuit by Officer Tyler. Officer Tyler saw Bagley rounding a corner of the building, and he said he just shot. He shot Bagley, hit him in the chest one time. Tyler and the second officer performed CPR. What's going on, Mr. McGee? Performed CPR. Bagley was taken to the hospital after they performed CPR, where he later died. The incident was captured on police body camera video. Of course, it has not been made public. It will be made public as soon as they release it. And of course, this comes after the January 10th death of Tyree Nichols. Mr. McGee, I agree. Yes, this is a very serious topic. I don't want to take this lightly. I don't want to overstep my bounds as far as this is concerned. But I do have a problem. The body cam footage has not been released yet. We know a lot of times in instances such as these, it takes months, a year, 2 years for them to release the body cam footage, or they have to have enough pressure from the public and his family before they release his body cam footage. I know that Mr. Bagley's mother, his widow, and I believe his daughter have filed a litigation, have filed a lawsuit against him in court, as they should. And the reason why when they asked his lawyer, why did he go ahead and file a suit before they press charges, and it was because he said he doesn't want this swept under the rug. As you all know, here in the city of Shreveport, we've had multiple deaths by officers of Shreveport Police Department. Tommy McLaughlin was one of them that sparked outrage here in the city. We had several protests that were led after that incident was made public. And so my thing about this situation is, and you all can weigh in the comments, why does it keep happening? Why are these trained professionals aren't trained? Why are these trained professionals not being held to the standards for which we pay for? It's basically like we're paying them to kill us, unfortunately. They're there to serve and protect. However, a lot of times the protection comes at the cost of someone's loved one being killed. And that's not acceptable. And I'm not saying that all cops are bad. What I am saying is that there has been a lack of training within our police departments across the nation. We are seeing a lot of individuals become police officers that seemingly to us, I know to me, that are scared. And if as a police officer, if you are scared, if you are nervous, this isn't the profession for you. If you can't de-escalate a situation, if you see someone rounding a corner and they have said emphatically that Mr. Bagley did not have any weapons on him, but if you see someone rounding a corner and you can't get to them on a foot chase, or you're not fast enough to catch them, your only option is to shoot at will and kill him. Because what if it didn't hit Mr. Bagley, the person who he was pursuing? We've seen in the media lately all of these police officers that are going on these high-speed chases and are killing innocent bystanders and killing the suspects as well, even though they've been asked to stop. So again, why does this keep happening? A couple of comments, Mr. McGee. That boy, no, he did not have to do him like that. Once they file the lawsuit, they have to address it. Police departments see us as a threat. Qualified immunity makes them think they can get away with anything. Good evening, Dorian. They are trained. They are walking around scared with a gun. Not a great combination. Good evening, Erica. Good evening, Lydia. Yeah, they're. I just don't understand. As a civilian, if I chase somebody out of my home, if someone breaks into my home, I kill them in my home, I'm protecting my home. Once they leave out of my home and the threat is no longer imminent, and I run down the street and chase them and kill them, I'm arrested. I'm stopped, I'm arrested, and we go into having to fight for my life. Thinking that I've done the right thing. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. However, these scary, and I'm going to call them scary ass, bitch ass cops. And I've been seeing things. I saw a police officer the other day with locks, with dreads. And I was thinking, damn, times have surely changed when we get to having, and I don't care, But there used to be a standard within the force and the army. You couldn't have your hair a certain length. You couldn't have beards. You couldn't have this. And I understand they've gotten more lax with that. However, it's making me wonder what the wheels are turning. So what is going on? And then once they become a police officer, I hate to tell you this, they are no longer your homie, your homeboy, your brother, your friend. They are now the boys in blue. And at any given time, their alliance with the other boys in blue is going to be stronger than their alliance with you, unfortunately. A couple of the comments. Good evening, Candace Nicole. I don't know if it's scared with a gun or it's ultimately authority without consequences. Tarsha, there is definitely a lack of training. Gun safety, de-escalating, community service, they just take those people who have been bullied or racist for their whole lives and then put them in the community with the people that they've always hated. It's sad. Erica said, exactly, because you've made a choice to chase out of your home. And I don't understand that. What is more scary about so many men and women, and I'm not just speaking on our young Black men and women, I'm speaking as a whole, but especially our young Black men and women. What is so scary about this is because of social media, we now see it. Because of social media, we now hear about it. What about all those stories that go unheard? For years, we have heard from our elder statesmen or our elder family members about the mentality of them starting the police departments. And the police departments were started to police Blacks, to police slaves, to keep our Black asses in line, so that slave mentality would continue to move forward. And so we would have that master syndrome where we would think that we were, and it wasn't just that we think, we would stay in check, we would stay in line. I know my grandmother spoke to me about it. Her grandmother before her. So it's a mentality once you join that force. And unfortunately, so many men and women that join the force that we thought joined the force to help, to be of service, that's not why they joined the force. We find out later that a lot of those people have been bullied, and now they're on the force doing the bullying. Mr. McGee says, when I was in the Army, you are taught discipline. Man, that word strikes something in you. You are taught discipline. Don't fire unless fired upon. In the academy, they are trained to fire first and ask questions later. Most of the people trained by officers who probably were taken off the street. Dorian says that's the blue mentality. Dorian, that's a good point. That blue mentality supersedes and trumps everything. Because once you get that blue mentality, it makes you protect those in blue. So even if you have to lie to protect the officer to your left, even if you have to lie to protect the officers behind you, just like the Tyree Nichols situation, had that officer not been fucking bold enough to send a picture of them whooping that boy ass, we probably wouldn't have heard about it. And him dying was the nail in the coffin, but we a lot of times would not have known about it because he died. They didn't expect him to die. He died 3 days later. But that picture that he sent, that and then the body cam was enough to propel them to say, oh, we got to get these motherfuckers off the street because now this is going to become national news. Candace Nicole, Tarsha, Sunshine Tour, or folks with anger issues. There's a lot of people who are cops who had serious juvenile issues when they were younger. They hire bullets too. And what I never understand is how do these motherfuckers pass the psych exam, the psych eval? In my mind, I know an officer, and she has had plenty of time off for different psych situations. And I just be thinking to myself, why do this motherfucker still have a badge and a gun? And they will give, and don't get me wrong, officers need time off. They need mental health days. I totally agree with that. Just like teachers, just like support staff of teachers, administration, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that is not needed. What I am saying is, why is it that these people are staying in place? Once we know that they have an issue and it's a repetitive thing and they're off for a month here, 2 months there, Why in the fuck is it that we aren't doing something to get them off of the force? Why are we keeping them in place in these positions that they can potentially hurt or harm someone, or hell, even hurt or harm themselves? We don't want them to commit suicide either, but we damn sure don't want to keep putting hashtag rest in peace on everyone's status. We don't want to keep putting this out there, and all we're doing, I'll be honest, I'm sick and tired of the rest in peace hashtags and the marches, because obviously marching isn't doing us any fucking good. So what is the solution that we can come up with? I don't agree with rioting within our neighborhoods, because we're tearing up our neighborhoods. We're not going to LB Road. You'll come bring your ass out here to Moortown or Cedar Grove, and you'll fuck up that community. But once you see, LB Road is still Cedar Grove. Y'all motherfuckers know that, right? Once you cross on the LB Road, all of a sudden it's bright lights, bushy tails, and no one is protesting over there, but you'll tear up Cedar Grove and Moortown. But okay. Cynthia Dodson, why hasn't he been arrested? He did not have a wedding. He has not been arrested because, as per usual, he is placed on administrative leave until Louisiana State Police sees fit to finalize their investigation. And we know Louisiana State Police was just in a major investigation that I still don't think has been rectified behind the gentleman who was, what's his name, Green? Is that his name? That was beaten out there more in Monroe, I believe. So it's kind of crazy to me that we're getting the very people who were accused of something like this, and the very people who were also investigating are now investigating this person for the same act. And I'm just thinking, we need some outside influence in this situation. Dorian, racism is systemic and anyone can be racist. They are profiling. Mr. McGee, it's not a lack of training. They were trained to fire. I was trained in the Army to disable. They are trained to fire center mass to qualify to carry. I agree. I think Pamela and I were talking about this a few days ago. She was like, why didn't they shoot something we were watching? It may have been that situation. And she asked, why didn't they shoot him in the leg? I said, we have to be realistic here. Police officers are not trained to shoot in the leg. We have to understand that they are trained to kill. They're trained to fire, like he said, center mass. We have family members in the law profession. They are not trained to disable you. They are trained to shoot and kill. But before you shoot and kill, why have you done nothing to de-escalate? Why have you done nothing, especially when it's an unarmed person? Why are they just so, to me, it's just you're scared. Why are you so scared that as soon as you see somebody, you done picked up a gun and shot before they can shoot you? Well, what the fuck make you think they have a gun? Why is that what's in your mind, that you are going to automatically be killed? And Dorian says, in the old days, you didn't need a police force. They only need a couple of officers based on the size of the city. Tarsha, Shreveport hasn't even released the body cam, so you know some. I agree. Good evening, Jonathan. Good evening, Q. Quinetta, what's going on? Carla, good evening. Jonathan says, what's sickening is that some of our own people join the force and want to be accepted so bad by the quote unquote others that they endorse the racist persona to fit in. What y'all think about that? I agree. And I don't, Jonathan, what's crazy to me, I don't think they're trying to fit in black or white. I think they're trying so hard to fit in with the blue and that mentality that they Billy Badass. Because I'll be honest with y'all, Thad said this a couple weeks ago, most motherfuckers that's in blue, if they didn't have on that blue, or if they didn't have that gun strapped to their waist, you could beat their ass in a fight. I don't give a fuck what technique they've been taught and trained. They know, and you know, that one-on-one, because I'm a fighter. I'm not anymore. I'm a fighter. So if I meet you and I'm having beef with you or tension with you, or you coming in with an attitude, I done size you up real quick to see if I can just hit you straight on and knock your ass out, or if I need to grab a weapon, or I need to grab something to pick up. So we know, I've seen most of the police officers. We ain't got a lot of Billy Badass police officers on SPD. We do not. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. And most of them are scary as fuck. and they lazy as shit. Write me up. Talk about it. Send me a note. I don't really give a fuck. They're scary as fuck and they're lazy and shit, and that is not a good combination. They would rather write that quick report about a deadly shooting than to get out and do that foot chase, because we see SPD, they not winning many foot chases. So therefore, they get out and start running after your ass, and next thing you know, you're like Mr. Bagley, you're dead, which is not a good situation. Q says sometimes it's who you know, not what you know, and who pockets are lining. Carla, tell the mumble rapper to sit down and get a new wig. Oh shit, I don't even know who the mumble rapper is, and I'm scared to ask. I just read an article, and if the mumble rapper is who I think it is, I wanted to read something about this article, but once I saw a name pop up and I seem to be on people's radar for no reason, Carla, I just left that article the fuck alone. But anyway, Erica says police officers have red flags, and they keep their asses on the force. Nothing will be done till this shit hits home. I know a police officer, and I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm one of them motherfuckers. Catch me on the outside. I know a police officer, female, who was dating a female for years, was beating the shit out of this girl, was beating her ass. She was put off of the force for excessive force because she was known as a bully on the force. She had misconduct, excessive force. She was fired. Her police rep, she had her police rep. They fought this situation for years. So she was off the force, if I remember correctly, about 6 years. After that, she was reinstated on the force. They had to pay her for that time that she was off, and she went right back to being the person she was. Another gentleman I know who was fired from the force got his union rep and his union lawyer and was reinstated. He was like, shit, I used that money as a down payment for my house. So the problem is the officers, the problem is the system, because the system is set up to fail us. We're paying taxpayers, citizens. We are paying for a system that is set up to fail us. We're paying for them to hunt us down and kill us in the streets. And I have a fucking problem with that. And like I say, I don't want to go too far into it because we don't have the body cam. But based on the accounts by SPD and the captain that they interviewed, he said that Mr. Bagley was unarmed. And he said that the report states, and the body cam shows that he was rounding a corner. And when he rounded that corner, the officer just pulled out his weapon and fired and shot him in the chest. And all I'm thinking is, if you see somebody rounding a corner from you, how you shooting them in the chest? And if you're shooting them in the back, then again, as Cynthia asked, why has he not been arrested? Because if somebody is running away from you, their back is to you. It ain't many motherfuckers that's running, that's pedaling backwards, unless they're a basketball player, an NBA player. LeBron old ass ain't even running backwards up the court no more because he done got old. So if you shot him in the chest, he must have been facing you. And what was he doing rounding that corner facing you that you felt the need to shoot an unarmed person? Because I don't know about y'all, but when my fat ass run, my hands are either up or, we were taught this way. Come on now. We all ran track. That's how we were taught to run in track. So if I'm running away from you, what the fuck threat can I possibly be? Anyway, Mr. McGee, I have a cousin who joined the police department and come around like we are suspects. We are targets. Solution is vote. That's it, vote. The problem is they don't vote. I see these motherfuckers complaining. We complain about the streets here in Shreveport. Y'all motherfuckers won't vote for them to do the streets, but you'll keep putting them same motherfuckers on the panel in the council and commission and all that. You won't vote. You won't vote for your local representatives. That's a problem. So we just keep the people in place. They're going unopposed, and they aren't doing shit. You don't vote in the local elections. Your ass don't vote in your state elections. Your ass don't vote in your national elections. But you do a whole bunch of fucking complaining. And yeah, I'm talking about y'all asses because People around here know one thing I'm gonna do, even if I'm going out of town, I'm gonna get my black ass up. I'm either gonna vote early or I'm gonna vote that morning before I leave. So you can check my record on my vote. I believe in voting. Um, Tarsha, I don't believe in rioting either. That doesn't solve anything. It only destroys property in our neighborhood. Listen, people, don't go ride in Cedar Grove. And I know why we don't go to their neighborhoods, because you know they gonna stop the ride and arrest your ass. But if you ride in your fucking neighborhood, now you done burnt down Moortown, you've burnt down Queensboro, all of your staples of your community are gone, and you ain't got shit to show for it. Just some burnt down buildings and some empty ass houses that they will never rebuild. Never rebuild, okay? Erica, any police cases with wrongfully doing should go straight to the feds. Police will cover for police. Shreveport has a Republican mayor. Oh shit, here we go. They voted for him. Has a Republican mayor, and he is the right color for a cover-up. He was hit in the chest, meaning he saw he didn't have anything. Andrew Renee, good evening. You could do a day where we all refuse to shop. We've tried that before. I have done those blackout days. We're going to refuse to spend money in the city. We're going to refuse to buy it. Because black people still, for some fucking reason, don't understand the buying power that we have. Look, we set the trends. I remember when I was younger, I used to hear my mom and them saying, Project Kids set the style. And I was young. I was like, Project Kids set the style. I didn't really know what she was talking about, whether it was Illinois projects or whatever project, the Allen Avenue projects. Project Kids set the style, meaning those were the ones that had on the Jabot, the Guess, the Polo, the Jordans, because they'll pay 25 cents a month for rent, but them motherfuckers gonna have their Jordans and everything else. They gonna spend the money the way they want to. We have the buying power. We have the spending power. So if we take our dollars away, then that would make a big impact and shut the motherfucking city down. Shut the motherfucking country down. The problem with us, and I'm going to say this shit, is that black folks can't fucking stick together. We cannot stick together. We want to hate on the next person. We want the next person to do well as long as they don't do better than us. That's the black person mentality. Whereas I'm fighting and hallelujah and motherfuckers I don't even like. Bitch, I don't like you, but I'm glad you got your life together and you're doing well. It's motherfuckers doing well because of my name. I ain't mad at them. I helped them get to where they were. They took it from there. I'm happy to see them doing well as long as they don't call my name. However, we can't stick together for shit. That is a problem. Jonathan says most of them come from a space of being bullied and looking for payback. Candace and Cole, yes, they are hiding behind the badge. Yes, 80% are cowards. So young and immature. I saw a gentleman on the news, and Carla, I didn't want to bring this up. I know Carla's on the live. She was on live when her nephew was killed. The gentleman that was speaking on the behalf of the police department in Vivian was slugged up top to bottom. I had never seen no cop. That shit was wild to me. And I'm not saying he didn't do, anything wrong. And it's just that he was slumped down in the chair talking to the news like this. He had goals top and bottom. And I was like, I ain't never seen no shit like this before in my life. And I'm just like, he may be a great officer. I'm not taking that from him. But if we don't hold standards in our military, in our law enforcement, hell, if we don't hold standards there, where will we ever hold standards there? I just believe that there should be some standards in place. And that's just like nurses. I don't want my nurse to have 12-inch fingernails and weave to her ass. I'm sorry. I have a thing about weave hair getting on clothes and floors and in food and shit. So I was at the hospital. It was a nurse. Her hair was touching her ass. Her nails were this long and pointed. I don't know what the fuck y'all call them. And all I was thinking was, damn, I don't want her to touch nobody I know. Like, there used to be certain standards in place, and we've gotten away from standards within the workplace, including law enforcement, that we need to get back to these standards, and maybe we'll have a more qualified person to do these jobs. Andrew Renee says, at this point, I think police should only be armed with tasers. Only special units should be allowed guns with enhanced training. That would be a good point if it wasn't the special unit that killed Tyree Nichols back in January. Those guys were a member of the special unit. Three of the guys were members of their special unit that they sent out to take back their streets, their drug infested streets. Excuse me. And those were the guys who came out and killed Mr. Nichols. So it's almost like we damned if we do, damned if we don't, Andrew. But I think that's a damn good point that at this point, if we can't trust the officers, yeah, them motherfuckers just need to have tasers or some go back to the just Billy Club because I don't fucking understand what's going on. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Mr. McGee says, I know who she is. Uh-oh. And I know who she is. She ain't worth a quarter. Uh-oh. Is it somebody I said? Hey, overlook me. If you know who I'm talking about, fuck it. You know, it all goes down. Text me if you know who I'm talking about. Text me. It goes down the DMs. Tarsha says the blue uniforms is its own fraternity, sorority, and almost like a cult. Not almost. I'll give fraternity and sororities more credit than that because it is a cult. They change their minds. They change their mentalities. Once they put on their blue, and don't get me wrong, I know officers that they don't allow that to determine who and what they are. However, so many of them put on the blue uniform and lose their fucking mind. Like someone said earlier, they want to be part of that other side fraternity, and that ain't what they do. I'm just saying. Dorian says we need to begin suing and hit them in the pocket for harassment, profile, unlawful arrest, and killing. Good point. However, 9 times out of 10, when they sue, they are paid out of a fund that taxpayers pay into. Most of those lawsuits aren't paid out of the officer's pocket, and they aren't paid out of monies like from. I think they should be paid from the police union's fund, and then maybe if they start hitting them in the pockets with their fucking money, then they will stop and think about what they're doing before they're doing. We got my brother from another mother on here, Mr. I'm Just a Messenger, join the stream. Good evening. What it do?
What up, dog? What up, dog?
I can't hear you, boo. You
Can
on
you hear
mute?
me now?
Can't hear you.
Hold on.
Okay, no problem. So we have to find a way to be able to make them pay without it coming out of the taxpayers' pockets. Jonathan says, Dorian Davis, this the one. Make them have insurance that also allows their personal assets to be put in jeopardy. Now, Jonathan, that's a good point. All I'm saying is, don't make the taxpayers pay for your fuck up. A lot of times, we as the taxpayers are paying those monies out. They need to have. Talk to me, Jay.
Can you hear me now?
Nope. Something you got something down. Take out your earpiece. Take out your earpiece. Just use your phone. You might have to take out your earpiece. And that's what I want them to understand. We should not be paying for their shit. Let's find another way to get these families paid and taken care of. But we also don't want it to come from us. Okay, they can hear you, Jay. So I can't hear you. So go ahead. Come on back in, Jay. They can hear you. They said they can hear you. Mr. McGee, Mr. McGee, let me see what he said. When he rounded that corner, he saw his entire body and one round unalived him, and he wasn't a big guy, so that was a center mass. I just can't imagine. They always ask us, why do we run? Shit, we fucking scared. I mean, when you stay and stand, they still take you down aggressively and sometimes kill you. When you run, they still kill you. Like, goddamn, what is it that we supposed to do? Go ahead, Jay. They can
you
hear
hear me
you. Go
now?
ahead.
Do you hear me now?
They can hear you, so go ahead and talk.
Cool. I just tuned in. Of course, I just got off work, but I can't never miss my sister's podcast because it's what we do every Wednesday. But what's going on in Shreveport? I mean, I'm getting like bits and pieces of what happened. Um, I don't know truly what really happened. So if somebody could allow and explain it to me, then I can kind of key in.
I'm a little delayed, so y'all excuse me. We're talking about Alonzo Bagley. He was killed on the 3rd by Shreveport Police Department. Um, he they called him out. They called the police department out for domestic disturbance, is what they're saying. They said when they approached him, he jumped out the balcony, ran on foot, and the officer that shot and killed him said that he saw him rounding a corner and just shot him. Right. And so I don't know about you, but when I run, oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know about you, but when I run, my back is to you. I'm not
Right.
turning facing you.
Right.
So I have a problem with him saying he saw him round the corner and then he just hauled off a shot. Like Mr. McGee was saying, he shot him center mass. So,
Oh yeah.
and they have said that he was not armed. So what happened other than embarrassment because you got smoked? That's all. A lot of times I think these motherfuckers be embarrassed. You
Exactly.
out there on a foot chase trying to run somebody down, they outran your ass and now he dead. It's not making sense and they haven't released the body cam. So that's what the conversation is about tonight.
Okay. Yeah. So with that being said, a lot of these cops, like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, embarrassment is one. That is so we notice that has played top notch in both of these. Embarrassment. You
Right.
understand? Same thing with what happened in upstate a couple of weeks. Embarrassment. And the thing about this is we know that there's some good police and there's some bad police. We know this. And even if this was a good cop, the problem now is black people do not trust police because no matter
Right.
what the outcome is, we end up dead.
I'm not gonna say I don't I'm not gonna say I don't trust police officers. I'm going to say that I'm very leery of them. And the reason why I can't say I don't trust them because, like I said, I have good friends that are law officers. I have good family members that are law officers
As do
that
I.
do their jobs and do it well. My uncle was chief of police, 26 years on the
Right.
force, didn't pull his gun, never been shot. He's a good one. However, we ain't hearing a lot of those stories.
We're
And
not.
so, like I say, I don't want to just say I don't trust them, but damn it, they making it hard to like them.
Very.
Like we keep talking about this, and I hate to always be talking about this, but goddamn, we can't get away from it.
We can't. And it has to stop. It has to end.
Yeah.
And there has to be. We've got to get justifiable shootings because these shootings are not justifiable. These beatings are not justifiable. We need justified. And what they're going to do now is try to pay off his parents or pay off whoever
Yeah.
his loved ones are, and that's just not going to work
Somebody,
because that's
Cynthia
taxpayers'
asked
money.
earlier, why weren't they arrested? Shit. Because probably because Louisiana State Police is doing the investigation, and they were just on the investigation for the same thing a year or two ago. So how the fuck are we gonna get justice for a corrupt cop from a corrupt system? I'm just asking, devil's advocate. Don't y'all report my live. I know how y'all like to do. A few comments. Johnson said they won't vote, but they'll mind other folks' business and pockets, sir. We're not doing that today. Um, they definitely like minding other folks' business and pockets because according to the rumor mill, I'm fucking you. You fucking Christina. Christina fucking girl Pam. Girl Pam is hitting Tarsha. Tarsha hitting Tanya. Tanya is eating Mark. Should I keep going? Okay, never mind. Too much. Patrick McGee, FBI just put out a report that they paid people to riot with Black Lives Matters and his damage and did damage and tried to get other people to destroy. We've always known that. They all the things that they blamed on us, especially during the George Floyd riots, they were trying to say that it was Black Lives Matters movement. We know that it wasn't. It was people trying to make it look like it was the BLM movement. But anyway, Veronica, good evening, Mayor Sunshine. Don't get me started on voting and or solidarity. We can do so much more if we would get together. The problem is if we would get together and we will not. We can't stick together, Mr. McGee, for nothing. Dorian says, remember the man in South Carolina who was shot in the back, but the officer lied and said the man struggled and took his taser. An eyewitness with a cell phone recorded the police officer shooting him in the back. and there wasn't a scuffle. Man only had a warrant for unpaid child support and was pulled over for a broken tail light, but on his Mercedes. Yeah, that kind of shit is crazy to me. Um, I don't understand what goes through a person's mind, especially an officer. If you pull me over for a broken tail light, you should be coming out with your ticket book. Give me my fucking ticket and go on about your fucking business. If you ran my name and had warrants, arrest me and go on about your fucking business, or give me my warrant and my new, whatever it is you're gonna do. How does it fucking escalate to shoot motherfuckers in the back and chest?
To a killing.
What is it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, how does it equate to a killing, to a shooting, to a motherfucking dying? Every single time. If we get pulled over for this, we get pulled over for that. We always end up dead. And that's the whole thing with this now.
Well, they hold their animals in higher regard than us still in 2023. If Chance gets on my fucking nerves, if I threw Chance outside and left his little bitty Shih Tzu ass tied up to the garage for 2 days, I guarantee you my neighbors would call or file a report on me. If I left girl Pam ass tied outside for 2 days, they'll be like, "Oh, y'all see that? Them dykes over there fighting." That's all they say. They be on some other shit, and I be like, "Man, this motherfucker, she wanted to be tied up." That's how we role play. But in their mind, we have our lives and our skin color have no value. Shanitha, good evening. Oh, even this platform that you have, they are hating on that. Oh God, I didn't know. Hey haters, I didn't know I had haters on this platform. Like
on this one.
this is probably the last platform that I'm probably one of the most supportive people you will ever know. Even if I don't fuck with you, like I said, I'll still support you. I just don't fuck with you. I want all of us to win. I just ain't gonna fuck with you.
Exactly.
I support you, share your shit, but that's it. Brandon Smith, good evening, good evening. Jonathan Smith, I didn't miss a whole bunch of comments somewhere. When you sue, the money comes after taxpayers. Yes, qualified immunity protects them. I say that, I've already said that. Find a way that we can get these families paid the way they deserve, where it does not come out the taxpayers' pocket, and that the city or the officers, not even the city, the officers and their funds need to be held liable for all their indiscretions and all their bullshit. So if that officer kills somebody, then that officer's pension should be going, or those pensions should be going to pay for that officer's mistake, not the taxpayers. OJ, they say you have a reverb. I didn't hear it. Shreveport is so messed up, they can't keep a police chief. Let me ask y'all this. Oh, shit. How many police chiefs have Shreveport had in the last 15 years? I count 6. Until you said that, I hadn't. We trained them like draws. And now that you said that, yeah, because we had 2 under Perkins. He wasn't there no time. We had 2 under Ollie, 2 or 3.
We had 3 under Ollie. We had 3 under Ollie.
3?
Yeah.
So that's 5. And then Cedric big ass was there a couple of times. Y'all have to excuse me. Jonathan's COVID is acting up on my watch. Y'all have to excuse me. Shaw Mims, good in. He says, "Nah, they be itching to pull the trigger." We agree. In Memphis, the police just crooked as fuck. Always have been. Police chief was fired. That's a good point. Now, the police chief in Memphis on the Tyree Nichols situation had already been fired from Atlanta. Had already been removed from one of them Carolinas, South or North Carolina, after she started up a unit, if I'm not mistaken. So here she is in Memphis. The only thing I will say, at least the motherfucker acted quickly when she removed those officers, shut down that crazy ass investigative unit, and then she removed a couple of the EMTs that showed up on the scene, I believe. But yeah, Sharika, good evening. A white person always live after deadly shit they do. However, I ain't gonna touch it. Y'all gonna lock me up. I ain't got nothing to say. You know, this will be reported, but I ain't gonna say she lying. I just ain't gonna say shit. But yes, that would be correct. I don't understand it. Shaw Mims, them fake officers who were bullied in school be more scared than we do. They be waiting for anything to be just a little off. Yes, they always scared. I always say we get the police officers that couldn't get no ass, that the girls wasn't crushing on them. Them motherfuckers was low man on the pole on the basketball team. They only got thrown in when they was up by 25. Um, a lot of, especially these new generation officers, like I done seen most scary, weak ass fucking officers. And like I told y'all earlier, I size motherfuckers up when I meet them, or when they come in hot, when they come in hostile. So looking at these officers, I didn't size them up like I'll beat your ass with your little bit of hands. I know I'll fight your ass. Don't approach me like you are. And so I think that's their mentality. Girl, Pam, get off my line with that. No, you are not a dyke. You are a lady. And they call me a bulldagger. I don't really know.
Oh, not a
serious
bulldagger.
subject. I don't know what the bull. You know, that's what her mama used to say back in the day. Them old bulldaggers. You have to say it right. Bulldaggers. Your mouth got to move when you say it.
I'm with you
Anyway,
there. I'm with
nap
you,
time,
AB.
girl, Pam, nap time.
I'm with you, AB. I'm gonna take the biggest one and I'm gonna do his
Officer was
ass.
fired for unaliving a dog, but he shot a guy in the back and was cleared. Damn. I told you, they have more love for dogs than they do for humans. I'm just saying, that's all. Good evening, Shines Bright. Yes, hi, haters. I have to tell the haters hi. I didn't know. I mean, they said if you don't have haters, you're not doing anything right. And if this platform is giving somebody a reason to hate, when all we do is laugh, love, and educate, then their lives are fucking miserable. But it is what it is. Good evening, Denise. Good evening, Miriam. It's hard to get fired from a union job. She had to do something really bad. Yeah, she was beating the shit out of suspects. She was beating the shit out of her girlfriend. She was off the force for 6 years. They reinstated her ass with back pay. Listen to what I'm saying. With back pay. And this was my eyes the whole time. Did you really come to the door just to...
Hey, girl, Pam.
Girl, get your ass, girl, Pat. Go on, Jay. Say what you need to say, girl, Pam.
Hey, girl, Pam.
Say what you need to say. Go.
Anyway, I'm like, AB. With them officers, you know me. I've always the biggest one. I'm gonna find the biggest one. The biggest, and then we're gonna go at it. Because once you get that big one down, everybody else gonna back down. Unless they like us and they looking for the other biggest one. Can you hear me?
Right. I don't know. I lost part of that, but I'll go back and answer it. Right. It came back delayed. Did you say once you get that big one down, everybody else gonna back up? I don't have time. One problem is they look for ex-military thinking they're about to get a good officer, but the guys in MOS or job in the military was a cook or a supply and never fire a weapon. But get to the police and ready to be somebody now. Tell them they don't even try that. I know I've stayed on this longer than I usually stay on one topic. It's so much to untangle. And I never want to end on a low note. I just had to get that off my chest because it just really is fucking with us that we still don't have the body cam. They still have not been arrested. They've said his name, but I always say whenever they don't put a picture in the paper of the person's name or who the person is, then we can already pretty much surmise that they're this color and not our color. They don't look like our skin, and so therefore we can pretty much say that. I gotta move on, people. I gotta say this. Today is February 15th. For those of you that do not know, as a matter of fact, let me ask you guys right quick. How was your Valentine's Day? Tell me in the comments. Good, bad, other. Wait, okay, do this while on the toilet. Look at the last graduating class from the academy. They weak as fuck. That is hilarious. Yes, girl, Pam is about to get fired as the executive producer. Her ass is on a conference call. Be on your conference call. Don't be coming to the door giving me hand signals. Cut it. I'll fuck her up. Riri is re-pregnant. Yeah, Rihanna baby made it to the Super Bowl before the Cowboys did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Candace Nicole say her Valentine's Day was great. It was full of cats. Okay. What's the point of having body cam? They're always off because them bitches is full of shit. Let me move on to this right quick. I asked everyone how their Valentine's Day was doing. Jay, you and Dominique had a good Valentine's Day?
Great Valentine's Day.
We had a good one. We had a good one. No complaints. We even went to I don't know what the fuck you would call it. We're going to let Tarsha put the answer. It wasn't a Galentine's, which I did not know was a thing until yesterday. So it's a thing called Galentine's where a bunch of girls get together and go to Valentine's together. I don't really know what the fuck that is. But we
like
went
a bunch of
and hung
bulldogs.
out with a bunch of folks. And I don't think any of them were couples. I was a couple and Tam was a couple. I think that was the only couple, but it was a bunch of people. We went and had drinks and a little bit of food. It was wonderful. Girl Pam talking about hers was wonderful. But in the words of Mr. McGee, today is February 15th, National Side Piece Day. Is anybody a side piece? Side piece? No side piece. Drop it in the comments. I'm okay. I think side piece should be a national holiday. I do. I'm gonna tell you why. I think side piece is a national. Yes, hell yeah. Side piece should become a national holiday. So that way that these hoes that know they side piece can get their time too. What I'm saying is it's a time and a place for everything. And February 15th is a time and place. So look, ladies, if you called him yesterday, he didn't answer. You know he turned his phone off when he got up yesterday. He couldn't leave his phone on because he knew you was gonna be calling. So we put National Side Piece Day on the registry. I bet you more people would adapt to the idea. I'm telling you, this could be a good thing. Then all the fellas wouldn't have to worry about dividing their time.
You're right.
The side pieces know they're going to get the 15th. The woman know they're going to get the 14th. And the children going to get candy on the way to school. Or they're going to get some candy to pass out of school. Everybody's fucking happy. Y'all need to, I'm going to write a book.
Everybody winning.
And y'all need to learn to listen to me. Nigga, I used to fuck with chicks. Oh, God. What is the... Girl Pam says, I'm your wife and girlfriend, so I'm a side piece. I will fuck you. I'll hang up this live right now. Talking about you my side piece. I want some real side piece. I want a 2-piece and a biscuit. I don't want to have to fight Girl Pam today. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Candace Nicole said, I let go of all my side pieces. I'm a semi-changed woman. Miss McGee said, them truck drivers talked to all of they women yesterday. Wait. Andrew Renee said, I don't like the title. It should be named. So, well, come up with a name. OJ, what's the title? What should the title be? She said she don't like the title of National Side Piece Day. We need a title.
You know what? Girl Pam used to have a title. What was it? You remember back in the day. What was that title she had? Or that she had given?
What was her title?
I can't remember. You know
what was her title?
I can't remember it. Oh, what was it?
I don't know.
Damn.
I can't. What was the title?
I know he did.
Oh, she came in to defend herself.
I know you did. You get on here talking about
What was her title?
You said
Oh, he was making a joke. Oh, wait a minute.
I was never the side piece.
Boy, that shit went straight over my fucking head.
Thank you.
Wait. Girl, Pamela said, Hannah Burton says, Side Piece Awareness Day, and Girl Pam has stormed out and slammed the door. You getting beat up, you getting your head knocked between the washer and dryer, and I can't help you. I'm just saying. Jonathan says, Side Piece holiday is February 15th through 23rd, depends on how the weekend falls. Damn. What was the... She didn't have no damn name. She
didn't have no name.
Let me be honest with y'all. I had a girlfriend with a wife on the side, and she was the girlfriend, and the wife on the side had her own girlfriend, so it was a whole fucked up situation. and I got rid of everything, and the only one left standing was the missus. That's the wife. I'm sorry. Let's be honest. Okay. Pam ain't gonna kill me. I clean that shit right on up.
You clean
The
that shit right
title
on
was,
up.
huh?
You clean it right on up.
Right on up. The title was Girl Pam. Her name has been Girl Pam and always been Girl Pam. She's never been a side piece. If she was a side piece, I knew nothing about it. Full disclosure, I don't do that side piece thing. Shanita says she retired. Angie says Side Piece Awareness Day. The word side piece is horrible. Oh, next girlfriend, next ex-girlfriend day. What the fuck? I mean, why you can't? I don't really know. That holiday allows you to get all your side pieces. Jonathan, for a week, if it goes for a week, that's no longer Side Piece Awareness Day. That is a full-blown relationship. If it's several side pieces, then it's Side Piece Awareness Week. We got to come up with a word other than side piece. Okay, Angie, I'm a work on that. I'm gonna think on that. I don't know where I've lost this at here, but somewhere I've lost this. But yes, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna think on that. By the next time y'all hear from me, I'm gonna have something. I'm gonna have something ready. Last and final question: what? Extra Hunchmate Day, relationship. There you go. You came up with a title. February 15th will be known as Relationship Assistant Day.
There we go. That's nice. I like it.
Sneaky Link Special. I like Sneaky Link Special.
I don't like that word sneaky link though.
Relationship Specialist. The week is for all the women on the team. Sister Wives Day. Wives Day. There we go. Sister, Girl Pam, for you not to have no title, you sure came through that thing. But OJ told me to tell you that. I didn't say that. OJ told me to tell you that was a great idea. Sister Wives Day. My last and final thought of the day, Fat Tuesday. This Tuesday, Stable Sister. Stable Mate Day. Stable Mate Day. February 15th is known as Stable Mate Day. That can be it. Because, Girl Pam, all of them not sister wives. A lot of them hoes don't like each other.
Right.
But they are stable mates. They definitely stable mates. Fat Tuesday is this Tuesday. Last and final thing. Who's doing something for Fat Tuesday? We will be at Orlando's on Cross Lake. It starts at 12 noon. He will have a Zydeco band. It is called Zydeco. Don't give me the line. I get tongue-tied. It'll be all day. It's BYOA, people. BYOA. Bring your own anything. Chairs, liquor, snacks. I ain't going to say contraband, but I'm sure some of you will already have it in your system before you get it out there. The green apple tree. Hold on. For all of you that don't know, the green apple tree is in full effect. Green Apple Tree LLC. Don't forget, Tuesday, November 21st. Wednesday is Ash Wednesday. Dorian had asked me, a lot of people think that when they see that we're in Louisiana, they assume we're in New Orleans, and they don't know we're a long way from New Orleans. Tuesday is Fat Tuesday. Wednesday is Ash Wednesday. You're going to see me with some ashes on my forehead. I am not going to be speaking in tongues or nothing, but that is the start of Lent. I am giving up nothing. I'm gonna think about it. Before Wednesday, what you giving up for Lent, Jay?
Meat.
Nothing?
Meat.
Pussy. Did you say
meat? Hell no. Meat.
I was gonna say. I was like, what you giving up? I was gonna say, nigga, you can't go for today without pussy. You gonna die. What's not November 21st, fool? What you mean, Shaw? What are you talking about? November 21st is my anniversary. I can never forget that day. And the day after my birthday, I'm very smart, people. Stablemate, yes. Stablemate is perfect. B, what's up? My people stirring the pot, always. Jay, last and final words. I got to go finish cooking my dinner. That's all. Salami, eggs, and bacon. Salami, eggs, and bacon. Uh, oh yeah, Candace Nicole does Ramadan. You strong. I ain't fucking with that Ramadan. Y'all fast too
Nah,
much and pray too much. I can't.
nah,
I pray, but not all day, and
nah.
I don't eat that much. No, oh no, not November 21st. I'm sorry, my anniversary must be February 21st, Tuesday. Tuesday coming up is Fat Tuesday. My bad. Thank you, Shaw. But you ain't got to call me no fool, motherfucker. Sorry. We talk to each other like that. We love each other. Anyway, we love each other. He my boyfriend when Jonathan ain't available.
Ooh.
He goes to all the lesbian conventions with me. Ain't that right, y'all?
Ooh.
Don't talk shit. I'll hang up. All right, folks, we got to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate you all for logging in, talking to me, listening to the people. He talking about show, dude. I know you go to my listening to me. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jay, for logging in with me. I
No
know
doubt.
people have busy lives, but I appreciate everybody that can come in. Make sure you share this live. Something for the People podcast every Wednesday. It's a topic that I want to do, but the ministers are scared. Y'all find me a minister. Nobody's going to gang up on him. Nobody's going to beat up on him. I just want to have a conversation about the Bible and certain things that ministers use in the Bible to bash over people's head. And every time we get a minister that's willing to do it, someone tells them you shouldn't do that. I don't know why they think we're going to beat them up on here, but what the fuck ever. Find me a minister. I really need to get these topics out here. Find me a minister. Love you guys.
Love you
Thank
guys.
you. Good night. Uh-oh. Marshall Johnson. Uh-oh. Angie gave me a piece. Peace. Love you.